So over the past 24 hours, I've received several messages from people, not just here on the YouTube channel, but in email form. And I've received several messages from friends and colleagues, and they're all asking me the same question. What is going to be the end result of these tariffs? When is President Trump going to stop imposing tariffs on other countries? And I tell them, he's not going to stop. The tariffs are only going to increase. We aren't seeing them go down. They're only going to go up. And I bring this to your attention because more and more people right now are thinking that this fight on tariffs is going to end. President Trump is going to come to the realization that tariffs don't work. Honestly, he won't, because tariffs do work. They are effective. They have worked in the past, and they will continue to work moving forward. But we have to get behind the fact that it is going to be painful for the first several months. And when I say several months, it could be anywhere from 3 months to 18 months. We just don't know. But here's what we do know. Businesses are already laying off employees. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story about a friend of mine who just got laid off last week. And it's all because his company knew tariffs were not stopping. And they are concerned that it's only going to intensify. I'll explain more on that in just a moment. But if you enjoy these daily updates, go ahead, do me a favor and hit that like button. But let's begin. So here's what's happening right now. Businesses, and when I say businesses, I'm not talking about your Amazons and your Teslas and your Walmarts and Targets and Costcos. I'm not talking about those businesses. I'm talking about small businesses. And you're probably thinking, well, why do small businesses matter? Small businesses matter more than the large corporations. The large corporations, they have to file a notice of layoffs. Okay, they have to do this. If they're going to lay off more than a certain number of people, they have to give notice to the state. And that's all public knowledge. And so you probably wondered in the past, well, how do I know there's layoffs coming? Well, it shows. It's right there on that public website. So that's how I know. But I'm talking today about small businesses. These are businesses that have less than 50 people. In most cases, these are businesses that have less than 20 to 30. Well, in the case of a business that my friend was working for, this business had about 32 employees, and they did a mass layoff. Now you're probably wondering, what would mass layoff be if you only have 32 employees? Well, they laid off 20 employees. And here's what happened. Last Friday, he received a notice to come into the manager's office, and they need to speak with him. Okay. Even the manager himself got let go last Friday. Okay. Didn't even know it. The manager had to do his job, lay off all the employees. Okay. Laid off 19 employees. He was number 20. He got called in to the head person's office and was told that today was his last day. People had to return their company cars. They had to return their company credit cards. They had to return, pretty much clean out their offices. And that was their final day. My friend, he had to make a call to his wife to get her to pick him up, because the company car was no longer his. He could no longer use it, and he was stuck. They only have one vehicle. Here's the next question. What do I do now? That's the big question. Everybody's wanting to know, what do I do now? Well, according to recent reports, here in 2025, we have not seen hiring this bad since 2021, where it has not been this difficult to get a job in the past 4 to 5 years. That's a problem, because everything else we see online says there are millions of jobs available. There's also millions of people looking for jobs. There's also certain criteria that some of these businesses are looking for. Some of these employers don't want somebody that has no experience. Before, when you used to see that no experience or experience not required, okay, training will be provided. Have you seen that in recent job applications? I'll tell you right now, I haven't. I have not seen lately where it says training provided, that no experience or experience not necessary. Not seeing it. Okay. I have a friend that he's done so many different things. In my opinion, he's overqualified for the positions that he's applying for. Well, he's run his own company for several years. Was an executive for not a Fortune 500 company, but pretty close. Okay, a very big company, still around to this day. He was an executive for him. He cannot get a job. Okay, not as an executive. Okay, as a manager. He applied to be a manager at a JCPenney store. Couldn't get it. Okay, he applied to be a manager at some travel agency. Couldn't get it. Okay, they're not hiring. It's just not something that they don't want to hire him. Pay him whatever, just don't want it. And so here's the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention. We are seeing a shocking amount of layoffs, okay, for unexpected reasons. We don't know what tariffs are going to look like here in the next several months. We don't know what tariffs are going to look like in the next several weeks or days. But here's what I can tell you. Everybody that I've talked to, many different economists, I've read so many different articles, listened to different interviews and podcasts, and watched video interviews, talked to several people, several lawmakers, and nobody has an answer. They don't know exactly what President Trump is going to do. They don't know when he's going to stop this push towards tariffs. But what they do know is that's the way we're headed. So we are not even, we're 6 months in? What's today? Yeah. We are not even 6 months in to President Trump's second term. We got 3.5 years left. I don't see people getting out of this unscathed. Do I think the economy is going to be stronger in the end? Absolutely. I think the economy is going to be very strong, but it's going to be painful. With that said, don't go and spend all your money. Don't go and buy a new car that you can't afford. Don't go and buy a home just because interest rates have been coming down. Be prepared to lose your job. Be prepared to live off of your emergency fund for the next 3 to 6 months, because that's the most likely outcome. Okay. And I'm not telling you this if you are you're self-employed. Okay. You have a business that you've been running for 10, 20 years. Chances are you'll do just fine. You'll be able to adapt and pivot and you'll make it through. But for the majority of people that work for a small business, work for a small shoe retailer, a small local pet store, a pizza shop, okay, a coffee shop, you are likely going to see less and less employees over the next year. So I'll leave you with that, but let me know what you are seeing in your area, in your industry. Are you seeing layoffs? Are you seeing things are changing where companies are not giving PTO? Are you seeing this? Yeah, I've seen it where companies before, Indeed is one of those companies that Indeed, again, that big whole hiring platform, they were offering all their employees unlimited PTO. Well, they've reversed that. And again, that's just one of the companies. There's so many companies that have reversed all the benefits that they give you to hire you on 2 and 3 years ago. Okay? No more company car. No more, casual Fridays with free pizza and free subs. No, not doing that. No more company vacations, right? It's over. These businesses are trying to save money every way possible. Because again, Nobody knows what's going to happen with tariffs. So as we get more information on this, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates. As of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.